that I could survive all of that. Perhaps it was in the cards for me, because you see, I think all of us are dealt a certain hand. I'm sure all of us are familiar with 5-card poker, and I believe in those 5 cards that we are dealt. The interesting thing is how we play that hand. And so I would espouse to each of you that our first card represents a body. In the game of life and in the hand that you've been dealt, you've been given a tremendous body. You don't have to treat it like a woodshed, but it's your vessel to shepherd you through this journey. But in the game of life and the hand that you are dealt, that body comes with the second card, which represents your relationships. You didn't choose your relationships. You didn't choose your mother. You didn't choose your father. But those were the relationships that you were given. That was the hand that you were dealt. And so often, towards our parents and those relationships, brothers and sisters, we carry these heavy bags of resentment and anger. The third card in the hand that we're dealt, I find, is fascinating. And that represents a consciousness. And within your consciousness resides your spirituality. Now, for some of you who I know personally in this beautiful theater there this evening, your spirituality is very important to you. And for others, perhaps not so much. And that's fine. There's no judgment here. But you've been given a spirituality that resides within your consciousness. The fourth card, to me, is a fascinating one. It represents your circumstances. In the game of life and in the hand that you've been dealt, you've all been given a set of circumstances. You didn't choose those circumstances. Some of you were born into wealth and opportunity. Perhaps some of you had a wonderful family life. Perhaps others were adopted, grew up poor. You didn't choose your circumstances, but in the game of life, how you deal with that hand makes all the difference. The fifth card I find fascinating. It's the card of choices. All of us have a certain set of choices. How you choose to respond to your circumstances, to deal with your relationships, how well you develop your consciousness and raise your self-awareness, and how you treat your body. In the game of life and in the hand that you were dealt, we all have that opportunity. I'd like to share 2 true stories with all of you this evening that I think illuminate the power of circumstances and choices, and to help give that narrative and paint that tapestry with a little bit more texture